Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the J22 report. I'm your host, Johnnie Market. You all know that drill. Hit that like button and subscribe if you already haven't. And just want to do a disclaimer. None of this, nothing I say on this channel or any other social media network should be construed as investment advice. That's all. These are just my thoughts, my opinions on the market. They're not to be construed as an investment advice. So if you are interested in investing, consult a financial advisor and consult the proper people. So just someone on the internet. Anyway, let's get into today's stuff. The US economic data today was actually very strong. And so we'll do Wednesdays because I missed Wednesday. Mortgage rates are slowly coming down, 6.82%. Starting to anticipate. If you look at goods available for trade, trade balance that was less than expected, so it wasn't as big. Building permits, those were up more. It's actually bad for housing in the long run because more inventory. That's what I said. And then the S&P Global PMI, that's 55. That's a expansion. Now, new home sales. This just goes to show prices are down, and 0.61. That's less than expected. Prices have to come down. Uh, they will, but over not just tomorrow. And then if you look at today, the only thing that's bad, durable goods orders, which is a leading indicator, contracted by 6.6%. The consensus was 3%, but as I said, with the releasing of the SPR, the US economic data, GDP grew at 2.8%. A lot of that releasing of the strategic petroleum reserves, that counted as sales, that counted as exports, that counts as positive GDP. It should not count, but as I said, they will do anything mechanically or psychologically. So this is a lot of this is the release of the SPRs. They count that as growth. I wish I had the article for it, but I don't. Uh, Initial jobless claims, that was nothing. CPE, core PCE prices, 2.9%. So inflation's going up a little. And Kansas City composite. So you can see underneath the surface, that index is negative 13th. As you can see underneath the surface, the economy's bad. And I think that's why there was a sell-off, profit taking. Gold really went down today, but I think it's this GDP number. Just looking at the market, it was it was very unhealthy. Like the Dow Jones was up 81, but if you look at it, at one point it was up significantly, 400, or it's if you look at it, it's below that 40,000 mark again. And it's been around that. We've been talking about it on this channel. But yeah, it was even up today at 40,400 dollars. So now it's 39. So this is quite a sell-off. If you look at it, the S&P was down 27 points today, Nasdaq down 160. There's something weird about the Nasdaq. Let's just go to year to date. So the high is 18. So it's down around 500 points from its high. I think Nvidia's topped. I think Nasdaq's short-term top. It could go up one more. Just do a 1 year. Yeah, I think the top was in July. Let me just 5 year. Yeah, it looks like it's top short term, but we'll see if it's a long-term top. I think it will top within this year or next year, but look at it. On the surface looks good, but digging neath the data, and that's why I don't think gold's going to rally. You know, if you look at the original, this is going to be sort of sloshy, whatever that means. I don't even, but it will start towards later this year, it'll probably get back to its second run because they no longer have this. So let's go into the news right here. One thing I want to talk about here's why China was largely unaffected by Friday's IT outage. Truth is, they're trying to decouple from the United States, and that's why. I mean, impact was small, almost no impact on domestic public life. Look at this, because security threats designed to protect against originate in China. So, whatever that means, basically, we're outsourcing all our stuff to China. And so it's more the crisis of competency. It's not going to happen in China. It's really a US centric and Western European thing. I'm not saying it won't get solved. I think Europe has more uh might have a better chance at solving it though, but I mean it's more prevalent in the US than anywhere. Impact, look at this. Main reason why is local Chinese companies do not use CrowdStrike. I mean that's basically that's the article. Like that should be the article. Decoupling. It's what I said. They're not using US products. There it is. The main reason. They do not use China. This is why I don't read you all the article. Like when you look at the mainstream stuff, most of it's junk. So yeah, flights running normally in China, but not the US. Yeah, what a great so yeah, there's nothing really more. It's just but yeah, you can see like it's not used in China. They are sort of trying to decouple from the United States. And they will over time. Hopefully, if they decouple, it's more peacefully. So anyway, and then here's the other thing: as new tech threatens jobs, Silicon Valley promotes no strings cash aid, and yeah, this is what I was saying. There's going to be UBI. I don't know how often I talk about it, but there'll be UBI in the future, no matter who gets elected. Uh, Look at this cash aid from the government, no strings attached. So, of course, they don't want to pay taxes for it, so it's going to come from us. Now, the first results are the latest and largest study on impact of free money. They need a study. Let me just keep reading it. He said some of kind national payments will likely be needed as technology killed more jobs. So the thing is, like, I wouldn't be so against UBI per se if it was the Milton Friedman way. They get rid of Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, unemployment, all these other things, and just have no strings attached. If you're a citizen, you get some form of check. Like, I wouldn't be against that per se. Uh, because it would cut back on government bloatiness, cut back on government. I mean, this whole laissez-faire is just it's not going to happen. And in terms of laissez-faire, if you want to go with free tariffs, free labor, that's worse than socialism. Uh, you don't think governments around the world will weaponize that and use it? So, I mean, I mean, just not going to happen. So that can't work either. Libertarianism is like socialism to the right. It's like something that just all theory can't write. I mean, I'm per se an ideal world. I don't think we'd have UBI, but if it was between like getting rid of Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, all that, but having some form of UBI program. I wouldn't be upset about it. Just say that. So anyway, I'm not gonna talk too much about politics. So do they sit around or they create new things? Uh Probably. So I also think that it's impossible to truly have equality of opportunity without some version of guaranteed income. I mean, I don't. So yeah, UBI, they're pushing it, and so yeah, this is just a sob story. They couldn't afford it, so but with UBI, there's thousands of different needs. She said only cash could meet them all. Finds people mostly spend extra money on basics, food, transportation, on rent. Well, yeah, I bet you a lot of people, if they got it, they would just, let's say someone was giving us 500, 600, or 1,000 or $300 extra cash a month, they might use it just to pay their car payments. We see an increase in people actually paying for housing. So they were able to move out on their own. So I mean, yeah, if you look at it like Social Security, that's a welfare program. So and Social Security. I mean, America has so many welfare programs. It's unreal. Medicare, Medicaid. I mean, one generation paying for another. That's Social Security and Medicare. So ironic if you're like under 50 and not a political class, like you're, yeah, everything else, like, oh gosh. So yeah, anyway, the whole point of this is just show you that, they're doing what they can. They're gonna bring basic income loan is not a magic solution. It's not even a I don't even know if it's a solution personally, but probably it's not. But the solution is deflation. Allow asset prices to fall. That's a real solution. And allow governments to go bankrupt. Uh, so anyway, but showing you just how bad the economy is, Wall Street digests Verizon's mixed report with concerns of growth. So you can see Verizon, another company right here, reported marginal top line growth and a bottom line that just matched consensus. So yeah, as you can see, marginal top line bottom. So they cut cost. That's essentially raised concerns about growth. So yeah, there it is. Revenue fell short of the average consensus estimate. Most revenue came from consumer side, helped by higher prices, while revenue from business fell during quarter. So yeah, business revenue, businesses aren't doing well. 43% of small businesses can't even pay rent. And it's not higher volume or more products, it's just higher prices. And how much higher will they be able to raise prices? So if you look at it, Verizon top line, they're having problems. So, and then another thing, Visa earnings meet, revenue misses as payment volume grows slightly. Let's just see if there's anything. Here it is. Revenue fell short. Growth in total payment volume, cross-border volume, and process transactions slowed somewhat from the pace clocked in quarter two. So you can see, yeah, Visa, they're having problems, Verizon, and yeah, as you can just see the cracks of the service. It's no longer just small businesses that aren't doing well. Corporate America's starting to have problems too. So anyway, that's all I have to say for today. Uh, Summer doldrums for gold, and as you can see, they're doing everything they can to do the economic data. As I said, you can go back to April. I forget the exact video, but said the economic data is now when they release the SPR, it's going to look good, and that's what their plan was. They're going to make it look good. They're going to do everything they can, and this is going to create a sign. And that's when gold just started going sideways and correcting. So, but as you can see, when they're going to start cutting rates, they're framing it, and either inflation's going to go up or the economy is going to create or both. So we'll see what happens. That's what it's looking like. So hit that like button and subscribe, and I will see you next video.